to tell us when we're actually live. Do you see what I see?
Mm-hmm.
What did it say?
You're live?
You're live. So that means that right now people are starting to watch us. So we have to be on our very best behavior. So no jumping, no doing flips, no picking your nose, no talking like SpongeBob or anything else that you might do.
I'm
Can
not
you
doing
do
any
that
of
for a
that.
few minutes?
Yeah?
All right, so let's go ahead and do you know how I always greet everybody?
No.
You don't know what I do, what I say when I do that right there?
No. No clue.
Hey folks, Lester here, and I'm hanging out with my little guy Lex. Now, he refuses to sit in the chair with me, and this room that we're in only has one chair. I'm like, just sit beside your dad. I'm not going to hug you. And he's like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. So he's sitting in the little ottoman and he's rolling it around, and which, whatever, that's fine. Hey, so now we're live with both Facebook and YouTube. And, a lot of folks might not really understand why we do what we do on Thursdays. So before I get Lex involved a whole lot, I want to show y'all a little video clip that I made as I was coming in. Lex, what I like to do is look at the very beginning. Can you see that small writing over there? Can you see where some of these folks are coming from, where they're watching from? Could you all do me a favor and just let us know where you're watching from, where you're at right now? So Knoxville, Tennessee. There's one from North Carolina. So they're going very, very, very fast. So there's one from Alberta, Canada. There's California. There's Tennessee, Oregon, Pennsylvania. Are you seeing all of these?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot.
Florida. Why don't you help me read some? They go fast. You got
Michigan, Utah,
nice and loud.
Wisconsin, England, New Zealand.
England. Can you do me a favor and we'll set up nice and tall. Can you do me a favor and try to talk in your best English accent?
My best English
Just
accent?
pretend like you're English. Don't touch that, you'll unplug us. Just pretend like you're from England, and or if you one day just move to England,
I don't know how they talk.
it's your first day at school, you walk inside the classroom, all the kids look at you, and what are you gonna say?
Um,
You cannot say, "Hey y'all."
Good day, mates.
Good day, mates.
I don't know.
Say it again.
Good day, mates.
Okay, so okay, it's okay. So if you don't already know this, mates is actually what they say, I think, in Australia.
Oh.
I don't. So good day, mates is more of an Australian term. Look at that. We got some Australians here. Someone from Perth, Australia. And listen, you keep touching that, but that right there is going to disconnect everything.
Put my hand away from
So many times I've accidentally touched it and everything goes black, and we're going to lose all that we have right now. And that would be bad. So I know Lex wants to play, guys. He don't want to sit here doing this with us right now, but I want to ask Lex some questions. And what I was doing a couple of minutes ago is I took my phone on my notepad, and I'm not going to let you see this. I'm going to ask Lex some this or that questions. And we play this all the time. And it's just a kind of fun way to get to know somebody. But I used to tell my students the same thing. You don't just give me an answer. You have to elaborate. I want you to elaborate. I don't accept yes, no's, or this or that. I want you to elaborate on why. And so in class, we always says, give me five. I need five details: who, what, where, when, why, or how. So give me five, not all of them, but elaborate on some, okay? So
Okay.
we'll start with an easy one. Now, this is a very easy one. What is your favorite fast food between McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Well, I used to like McDonald's a lot more, but now I'm starting to like KFC more. And now that it's Thanksgiving time, I'm gonna be getting a lot more KFC.
Wait, why would Thanksgiving have anything to do with you getting a lot more KFC?
Because during Thanksgiving dinner, usually you eat a big turkey, and like
Usually,
a lot of KFC is equal to that big turkey.
a lot of KFC in your mind equals having a big turkey,
Yep.
and you prefer KFC. So if you guys don't know this, whenever we take Lex to KFC, and that's his favorite restaurant, his fast food, he doesn't order from the menu. He has to have something special. Tell everybody what you like special, what you have to have if you want to be really happy with your meal. What do you need?
Okay, so I get a bucket, but it's only drumsticks.
A bucket of drumsticks. Go bring that bucket over here, please. So no, he does. He wants a bucket of drumsticks. And so that's not a menu item. So I have to tell the lady, I have to say, listen, ma'am, I need a bucket of drumsticks.
I already ate
So he's already eaten a lot. All of them?
No, almost all of them.
So this is his bucket. This is a KFC bucket, and it's just full of drumsticks. And he's eaten most of them already. So we're not going to look inside there because all the little bones are left. Okay, that was fun. So now we know one thing about Lex. His favorite fast food restaurant is KFC, and he likes a bucket of drumsticks. I want to surprise you with something. So on my way to pick up Lex, I stopped at KFC. Watch this. Just pull through KFC to get my son some chicken legs, some drumsticks, and what did you say again?
I watch you all the time, every day in the morning when I wake up.
Oh my gosh!
I'm watching your videos.
So this lady at KFC, she opens the window, and she says, "I watch you all the time. I watch you." Wait, I gotta remove it. She goes, "I watch your channel all the time," and so it was cute. And I says, "Well, how did you recognize me?" And so, of course, she heard. I guess I have kind of a unique voice. And so she's working the drive-thru, and she's like, that sounds like that guy on the internet. And then, of course, when I pull up, she saw my face. And then, of course, you see the hat that I'm wearing, Longhorn Lester's. So it was really neat. So her name was Maria, and that was a lot of fun meeting her. And I'll say this, and I've said this so many times before, I'll never get used to that. That will never become something that I've gotten used to when people recognize you out and about. And so that was really neat. But that happened at KFC about an hour ago. Here's one that some of you may not know. So of course, Lex is really big into video games, as are most kids. And so I'm not going to ask him outside games or inside games. I'm not even going to go there because I know that answer. But I do want to ask him, between some of our favorite video games that you, me, Ellie, Connor, we all play, Fortnite or Dead by Daylight? Can you sit up nice and tall?
Yeah.
Don't touch the computer. Just sit up nice and tall because I don't want you to hide there. Okay, so Fortnite or Dead by Daylight?
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one. That's good. It makes you think a little bit.
I don't know. I think I like Fortnite more.
Fortnite. Mm-hmm. So Fortnite has been around for a couple of years. Well, I guess they've both been around for a couple of years. And Lex actually introduced us to the game Dead by Daylight. Can you tell everybody a little bit, not all details, but a little bit about what is the main focus of Dead by Daylight?
So you could get in a game of 4 survivors.
4 survivors.
And there's 1 killer.
And there's 1 killer. So it's like ultimate hide and seek, except for if you get caught, you die. And so when the game starts, there's 4 survivors and a killer. Okay, go ahead.
And there's 5 generators on the map that you have to do. And when you get all of them done, there are exit gates that can be powered open. And if you can power them open, you can escape.
Okay, so pretty much it's kind of like you're inside of a trapped area, an arena of some sort. There's all kinds of different scenarios, but inside that trapped arena, there's 5 objectives. If you can somehow go around and crank up, it's kind of like cranking up a generator, you can power open the doors that let you escape. But the problem is the killer is out lurking. And this game is so neat because it has killers from all of our favorite movies growing up. Name some of those killers and from the movies that they're from.
It has Michael Myers
from Halloween.
Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street.
So talk this way and talk nice and loud. Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers.
It has the clown, but that's its own character, but it is based off of Pennywise. They just made it look a little different.
And then how about the one from that show that everyone's watching these days?
Stranger Things?
Stranger Things.
Yeah, they have the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
The Demogorgon from Stranger Things, and along with a lot of other scary, scary killers. And so it's not a graphic and gory game like you might think it would be, but it's a lot of strategy, and you have to work as a team. The 4 survivors have to work as a team in order to work together to escape out of this place. And so we enjoy playing that. And then, of course, he said Fortnite. Everyone knows Fortnite, so we're not even going to waste our time on Fortnite. I'm kidding. I've always said that video games, in the generation that we live in, video games help connect us and keep us bonded, even when we're not able to spend one-on-one time. And so, even here tonight, we only have a TV, but we'll get into a game later, and we both have a controller. And so, Lex will set it up. We can both play together. And so, we may be indoors playing a video game instead of outside throwing a football like I'd be doing with Ellie. But we're still spending quality time together, and I love that. Um, I'm going to ask you some hard ones now, some really, really, really hard ones. If you could only hang out with one of your stepbrothers, if you could only hang out with one of your stepbrothers, would it be LE, or would it your older stepbrother, or would it be Adonis, your younger stepbrother? Oh no, that's a tough one. I like tough questions because it really makes you think. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. If you're scared of hurting someone's feelings, you're not. I don't. You think that Fortnite's upset because you didn't choose Fortnite? No.
I did choose Fortnite.
You think McDonald's is upset?
Yeah.
No, they're
Oh,
not. No, they're not. So
Oh, that's hard to think about.
you got to think about that one.
Both of them are fun, but like in different categories.
Okay. Like, how is LE fun?
Like Ellie's more of like a physical type of guy. Like he likes to play a lot of physical stuff with us.
Like
But then
wrestling,
also-
excellent.
Yeah, but
Wrestling.
then also like Dead by Daylight too, and some video games.
Okay.
And Adonis is more of like a technology type of guy. He likes to play a lot of games.
Video gaming stuff.
Yeah, he likes
Oh.
to play a lot of games with me.
Well, I saw you and Adonis dressed up for Halloween,
Mhm.
and I saw your mom sent me videos of you guys going to doing all kinds of fun Halloween carnival type stuff. So did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
I have two more questions, and I'll let you go. Two more. All right, but listen,
Okay.
you're doing it again. You're squatting down real low, and all they can see is a floating floof of hair. Come sit right here just for a minute. Don't touch the computer. Sit right there for just for a second or so. That will keep you nice and tall so they can see you. Because when you're down there, all they see is like this, a floof of hair.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, your favorite weekend hangout, your dad's house or Gigi and Pawpaw's?
Definitely Gigi and Papa's house. Definitely.
Tell me why. I have to know why it's Gigi and Pawpaw's house, because I do you have your own room at my house. We have a pantry stocked with all of your favorite foods, all of your favorite drinks. So why in the world would you prefer to spend your time at your Gigi and Pawpaw's house? Because it's boring over there.
Let me rephrase it. It's a tie.
No. It's okay. Just explain your answer. I'm not going to be upset with you. I promise. I am putting him on the spot.
First of all, they have Kippy, which is my favorite dog.
So Lex has his favorite dog, Kippy, and that's where Kippy lives, at Gigi's house.
Papa sometimes takes us on 4-wheeler rides or on a mule.
So y'all go on rides.
I get like free ice cream every day.
Yeah, they do let you eat all the junk food that you want, and we are we allow some junk foods, but we have to also demand you have certain meals as well. And Lex likes the junk food stuff. And I like that you spend time with your Pawpaw and Gigi. And I always tell you this. Why do I like it when you spend time with Pawpaw and Gigi? Don't touch the computer.
Because I'm still spending time with family?
Well, yeah, but I've also said that don't forget that they will not be here
yeah.
forever. And when I was Lex's age, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents as well. And now that they're gone, all I have is the fun memories that we created while we were there. So I know that Gigi and Pawpaw love hanging out with you, and I've never denied them time with Lex or Lex time with them. But I do miss them. Sometimes I do. I pick him up and we go to the house, and within the first hour or so, he's gone, and I may not see him again until he's hungry. And so all I am over the weekends is the delivery boy. I'm his dad, yet I become the delivery boy, because I'll send him a text every so often to make sure he's okay. What do you need? And he's like, can you give me McDonald's? So there I go in the truck, drive to McDonald's. They don't do the Uber Eats deliveries over to Plum Grove. So we're out and about trying to find the foods that he wants, but it's KFC or McDonald's. And Anyway, but that's always fun. I did have one more question.
Is the door opening and closing?
I heard that too. Are you about tired of this game?
No, I can do one more question.
I got one more question. This is a good one. This is an important one. Now, you know that you were a big part of helping us pick out the new property, and we did buy Longhorn Lester's. When you do go and visit a property, besides your Gigi and Pawpaw, which property do you like more based on the animals that are there?
I'm a survivor.
Why? Why
Because-
not Longhorn Lester's?
Okay, because I'm a survivor. I think it has a little bit more animals,
There are more
and
animals.
it has more farm-like animals.
Oh, so you don't think longhorns and ostriches are farm animals?
I mean, not as much. But it's
You like cornholio, and you like all those feathered babies and geese and all those
not
pigs.
not the geese, but everything else is good.
You like the pigs?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, do you want to ask your dad any questions? Because I've asked you a bunch of them. Do you have anything for me? You want to ask anything you ever curious about?
Yes.
What?
Which son of yours is your favorite?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. That's very easy. It is an absolute tie because I love you both more than life itself. Is that okay?
Yeah.
No, you're both amazing in their very unique different ways. Ellie adds a part of my life that I did not get from Lex, and Lex adds things that I did not get from Ellie. Can I tell a funny story real fast that I've told you before?
Yeah.
So let me tell you the way God works in mysterious ways.
Can I sit down though?
Can you sit down? No, I'm almost done, and I promise I'll let you leave. Okay.
Okay.
This is how funny God. This is how God has His plans, and your plans don't matter. Whenever Ellie was born, I was a much younger man, and I had energy, and man, I was excited to have a son, and so I went all out to make sure that my son had everything a little boy could need or want, every game, you name it. However, Ellie was a quiet child, and he liked to sit and watch movies. He liked to sit and play with his. We didn't really do video games in his early years. He had little action figures or, army men. And so Ellie would sit and play and, drive his little cars. And I was like, let's go play this. Let's go ride go-karts. Let's go. And I wanted to go. But Ellie never wanted to leave the house. He just wanted to sit and play, and a very quiet and just a very easy kid. Well, just so happens that, I don't know, 10 years later, I'm blessed with a second child. And now don't forget, you can age a lot in 10 years, guys. You can age a lot actually it was 12 years. You can age a lot in 12 years. So here, 12 years later, I find out I'm going to be a daddy. And then I find out it's going to be a son. And I'm like, whew, that's okay, because Ellie was easy. I can just sit down because I'm tired. I'm tired now. I just want to sit down and just like watch a movie here and there or play with some army men and just whatever. Well, out pops this kid, and he is like a stick of dynamite. Pow, 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 pow. This one right here never slows down. And so I found out that at my age, I'm going to have to get up and go because I want to be a good dad, and I want to give him all of the experiences that you can give a child, a son or a daughter. And so I have to get up and go. And I learned real fast that not all kids are the same. And I says, God, what kind of a joke is this? Why could you not have given me Lex when I was young and full of energy and had all this energy, and then given me Ellie when I was older, and I enjoy sitting down now. I enjoy taking it easy. But no, God's like, oh no, that's what you thought would be a good plan. Let me show you let me show you why I'm God and you're not. And that's what God did. How crazy is that?
That's really crazy.
I know. But hey, I wouldn't trade you for anything. You do keep me young, and you keep me with a lot of ice packs. All right, go play. Make sure that you turn your volume down pretty low. All right. I want to thank you for doing that with me. I love this little boy and I enjoy our Thursday afternoons. Let me show you why we do what we do. All of the traffic coming out of Houston at 3:30. And that would be the traffic that me and Lex would be stuck in if we were not blessed enough to have Jamie her hotel points. So you guys know that Lex and his mom, they do live an hour away from us. Now that hour, that's 60 miles or so, is about an hour on a normal day. But unfortunately, rush hour traffic, Houston, which is, I believe, the fourth largest city in the United States, rush hour traffic is no joke. And so this is the kind of traffic. Now, of course, I'm driving to pick up Lex, and this is 3:30 in the afternoon. If I had picked up Lex from school and turned around and got in that traffic, it would have put Lex in the car for 2 hours. And then that's before we get home. So by the time we get home at 6:30 in the afternoon, he eats. It's already time to pretty much start getting his shower, doing his homework, and getting ready for bed. And that's really hard on him. That was really hard on him. And then that's in the afternoon. Now, don't forget, in the morning, all of this traffic is going the other direction. So I'm driving along with that traffic, trying to take Lex to school. So I found myself spending 2 hours in the afternoons bringing him home. Well, plus my 1 hour to get over there. So 3 hours in the afternoon. And then in the mornings, 3 hours, 2 hours to drive him to school, and then me driving back home for an hour. So that's Thursday and then sometimes Friday. And that is just, it was really, really tough. So luckily, I don't know really how all of the corporate world works with all of the points. But Jamie has points with Hilton from all the travels that she's done through the 20 years of working in the corporate world. She's acquired points for airline miles and hotel points. And so what she has are all of these points that she really doesn't use. And so it was hard. It was hard on Jamie knowing that Thursday afternoons I would be away from home and I wouldn't be there to help do all the chores and everything else. It's also going to it forced us to divide and conquer. And so pretty much that's kind of how we do it. Every Thursday, I do all the chores that I can. I do all the big feed ups for both properties. And then by 2 o'clock or so, 2:30, I give her a kiss bye and I leave. And then I have been staying over here ever since I hurt my arm. So this is going to be our 4th week to stay away, our 4th week to stay away on a Thursday. But that right there is the reason that traffic is a mess. And so we're very, very blessed that we have the points to use.
I'm embarrassed.
So remove all of this. I want to remove that. I know I look like a floating head because the room has gotten dark. Lex, turn the lights on, please. I'm wearing a black shirt. The sun's going down, so it's getting dark. And now I feel like I'm just kind of a floating head. Over here, son. Over here along this wall are all the lights. And so, hey, we did something yesterday that I really enjoyed. Turn the lamps on. I'm trying to get some lights on around here, guys. Hold on. So over here, son, over here. Oh, these little lamps over here. That's a little bit better. At least you know we're not in the. Okay, that's fine, son. That'll be okay. Thank you, son. I love you. What we did yesterday was really neat. Now, if you did not catch what happened yesterday, I actually invited some folks to join me here on the live stream. And I said that I don't know where this is going. I don't know. I've never done this before. I knew it was a bit crazy and I didn't know what to expect. But I do know that this app allows us to have up to 12 people at a time. And so I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And I'll tell you what, I got the biggest blessing from that. I've always told you guys that I really enjoy hearing your stories. And I always thought that the only way to really do that is from the letters that you write or the comments that you post, sometimes an email that we receive. But how blessed was I to actually get the chance to meet 11 people yesterday. And we got to hear a little bit from those people, a little bit about their story. And I'm big on that. And so what I told myself I'm going to do, and I know this is not for everybody, so I'm not going to force you to stick around. But today, Thursday afternoon, is not going to be really about animals because there's plenty of animals to do when we're back at home. I will say, in case anyone chooses to leave, that I'll have a very important live tomorrow at noon, and it's going to be about Waylon. Waylon is our new bull calf, our little rescue that we got, and I need to talk about Waylon, and I'm going to bring a friend of mine who knows a lot about animal behaviors, probably the smartest person that I've ever worked with, and that will be at 12 noon Central Time. And so I'm going to show you some video clips. We're going to talk a little bit about Waylon, and we're going to get some advice and talk about some things. And a lot of it is going to be eye-opening to not only you, but to me, because I've already spoken to this person, and I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a crossroads. So what I'm going to do now is invite 11 folks to join me. So here's what we have to do if you want to do this. I'm going to put the link of how you join over here on the bottom, where right now it says Thursday with Lex. I'm going to type that link and put it right there so you can all see it. And now there's no really fair way to do it. I'm just going to be able to accept the first 11, and then I will take it in order and we'll talk. But I would rather it be where you have a story. Share your story, y'all. It doesn't matter what your story is. We all have stories to share, and I want to know your story, and I would love to share your story with the rest of us. And so I know that there were a lot of folks who enjoyed this. I talked about trying to find a better way to do it, a more organized way, because yesterday was quite chaotic. I went back and I watched the live, and I know that it's easier when I have a split screen instead of when I have just you by yourself. And so don't worry, I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to be here with you. And so you're really talking to me, except you're really talking to me with about 4,000 other folks listening. So on other platforms, okay? So what I'm going to do is do that now. And like I said, the way you do that, copy. Okay, hide that. So give me 1 second. All right, so there it comes. Okay, so if anyone is able to type that right there, it will invite you into my StreamYard. Now, I cannot take everybody, and please turn your volume down, or if not, it's going to be a lot of real noisy stuff. And so hopefully we can find some folks who would like to join, who would enjoy sharing their story with the rest of us. And guys, you don't got to put on all your makeup. Here they come. Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Looky here. Hold on. Let me go ahead and hide this. Brother, give me 1 second. Oh no. Where did you go? Where did he go? Where did that guy go? Hey, that guy left us. Oh, you don't see many men on here, and he left us. I think he may have chickened out. And that happens, y'all. That sometimes happens. Okay, so there's a lot right there. Let's go ahead and wait. Who's this? Marion Barnett. Did I say your name right?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. You're not naked, are you?
No.
Okay, thank God. This is a family channel, so don't do anything perverse and get us all in big trouble.
No, I'm not. I'm not like that.
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
And what are you up to besides laying around?
Nothing too much. Just been busy today. Had a doctor's appointment and stuff, and
Okay.
just enjoying the day. pretty
Could you
cool.
tell us? Okay,
Huh?
well, it's been is it a good day? Where do you live at?
I live in Well, I live in Rockcastle County, Kentucky.
In Kentucky. Okay.
Yes.
And so what tell me about yourself. What do you want to share with us? Say, listen, now there are just under 4,000 people watching this thing. And so I know that that must be a little bit difficult, but you're talking to me right now. So
Okay.
tell me if we were meeting at a party. Now hopefully you wouldn't be naked at the party. But if
No.
we were meeting for the first time at a party, tell me about yourself. Tell me anything.
Okay. So, um, I graduated high school in 2014.
Okay.
I have a mental condition, mild retardation,
Okay.
but um, I've not let that define who I am as a person.
Good for you.
Uh,
Good for you.
about probably few months after I graduated, I
Yeah.
went and volunteered on the fire department. I did that for over 7 years. I
Okay.
recently just had to step away from it because I have health issue stuff and I deal with the PTSD, and
Oh my
I
gosh.
really enjoyed to help people, but
Yeah.
the issue was I was putting other people before myself and I wasn't taking care of myself.
Well, that's actually a admirable. Uh-oh, I think that we lost you, Marion. There
Okay,
you
I'm
go.
here.
That's good. No, that's admirable. That's a quality. Now, that's what we used to call when I taught school was that's a character trait, and that defines who you are. And so it can be dangerous when you put others before yourself. But
Mm,
I don't know if this is the real word, and I hope that people in the comments can help me. But don't they call that an empath, an empath, an EMPATH? I believe is the word. Have you ever heard that before?
no,
Okay, so I'm going to type it up here
big
and hope.
words here, Lester. Big
No,
words.
I know. I hope not. Hey, it's new to me also, and I might be wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, could someone help me here? Yes. Okay, they're all saying yes. So an empath, and I may be even pronouncing it wrong. Empath. I'm thinking about the word empathetic. Empath.
Uh-huh.
Is someone that is highly keen on others, and they put other people before themselves. And so look at you talking about some of the difficulties that you've had in life, yet your character trait of being an empath stands out. And that is going to define who you are in life a lot more than that other stuff that you talked about. And that's admirable. And so thank
My papa, he always said your work defines you as your character. Your
mm,
work is a reflection of your character.
oh my God. That's so
So
very
that's
true.
what I go by.
Hey, that's awesome. Well, listen,
Yeah.
it was a pleasure talking to you.
You
And
too, Lester.
let me ask real fast, how did you
Yeah.
ever come across this page? You're from Kentucky. How did you ever find this guy down in Texas that does all these goofy things?
Well, a couple years ago, I'd been dealing with the PTSD, and I just come across your page, and it was about Ringo, back in his days when he was all,
Ed
yeah,
President.
pretty much. And old Ringo, he's still my favorite. Big Trudy's
Hey,
up there too.
oh, I love Trudy. My God.
Yeah,
Ringo is getting older and we're not going to have him around forever. And
yeah.
I hate talking about it. I don't know how to talk about it, but I can just see it. Anyway, listen, there's a lot of really neat comments about you. So when you have time, go back and read some of these neat things people are saying.
Okay,
And and I want to say it was a pleasure meeting you. And thank you for having the courage to come on and talk to me today. All
no
right.
problem. Hey, it
It's
was
a
nice
pleasure.
talking to you too.
All right, brother. Take care now. We'll see you
You
later. Okay.
too. See
All
ya.
right. Bye bye. I'm going to remove. Oh, he removed himself. Okay. That made it kind of easy. I was going to remove him and he removed himself. That would be easier, my friends. If you guys could do that, remove yourselves after we finish chit chatting. And that way I don't have to try to find and, finagle all the little buttons around. Okay. I see someone who has a mouthful of food. Oh, yes. The lady who has a mouthful of food. What are you eating?
Pizza.
Oh my goodness. What kind of pizza?
3 meat, sausage, pepperoni, and
Oh, yes, pepperoni sausage and probably Italian sausage and
Yes, exactly.
so it says that your name is colorista.
Yeah, I'm an artist now.
Oh, so I was like thinking it's all like Spain, Spanish. There's some kind
Well,
of
I
a
am Spanish. My family is from Spain, but um, I retired as a flight nurse
yeah.
and became an artist.
Okay, what kind of art do you do?
Colored pencil.
Okay, colored pencil. And
Yeah, and
so
so I've been working at starting a channel for my art
yeah.
and teaching art. I teach at college level all the time anyway.
Okay. So do
I
you
have I
then
have
do you,
7 degrees and I'm working on my second PhD.
oh my God. Well, I better really watch myself then because I don't want to get
No.
pulled
It's because I get
forward.
really, I'm disabled now. I'm sitting here with my service dog.
Okay,
I
okay.
I get really bored. I need to keep my mind busy. And
Yes.
when my mind's busy, I'm happy.
No, I totally understand that. That's very, very important. So you work, so you color with colored pencils. So
Yep.
do you sketch things? Do you draw them? Do you
I
like
do both. I enjoy using adult coloring books. I enjoy drawing pictures and coloring them. All of it. I enjoy it all.
oh. Now, did you say you were a flight nurse?
Yes, I
Is that
was
like
one
in
of
the
those
military?
nurses in the helicopter that went on all the emergency scenes.
Okay, well, you know what? I want to thank you for your heroism and your service. And
Oh,
that,
there's no heroism about it, but thank you. It was
no,
the love of
no,
my life.
no. Here's what I think. And, I've actually seen horrific accident scenes. And I've also I tried to help a teacher friend who had passed in her classroom, had a heart attack. And so I've seen scary moments. And you put yourself in that situation, added you had the whole helicopter, and so I
Oh,
can't.
oh yeah. And when I was working in the Rocky Mountains, so we had all kinds of. Now I'm down south in the warm weather, so I don't.
Tell me, what state are you in?
Georgia,
Oh, that's great. So y'all do have humidity though, right?
for
Humidity.
the first time in my life.
Don't you just love the beautiful skin complexion it gives you though?
Oh, it's beautiful country. It's so different. It feels like a whole nother country.
Right.
It's just so different from Colorado, but oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's what Jamie always talks about, how coming down to Texas here with, we have the Gulf, so we have all
Yeah.
this humidity. So I think it like tears up her hair. Her hairstyles don't last long at all, but she has
Mine
a
too.
beautiful skin complexion because of that humidity. So listen, it was a pleasure meeting you. And thank you for coming on and talking to everybody.
Well, thank you.
Could I ask you real fast how you ever run across this page? I love hearing these kind of stories. It just intrigues me.
Actually, I was following another artist and this came up in my feed one day. And since I grew up on a huge ranch in southern Colorado,
Okay.
it just piqued my interest and I've never quit watching.
Oh, and so I do have one last question, if you don't mind. You said you have a service dog.
Yeah.
Okay. And so could you, oh, are you going to show us the dog?
Yeah, just a second. Come here,
Oh,
Samson.
this is going to be great. Oh, is that a Chihuahua? Oh no, I think it froze. I can't, it froze on my screen. I hope that you all can still see. Colorista, I think you froze on my screen. I don't know if the dog pushed a button or not, but I can't see anything besides a blurry image. So is it just mine? Or okay, everyone else says it froze. Well, ma'am, if you can still hear me, it was a pleasure talking to you. And I'm going to go ahead and um, take it off of here. Okay. Okay. So now we're back. That was really nice of her. And I hate that I had her grab her dog and then we all ended up not able to see it. Okay. So who's up next? Who's up next? Are y'all ready? I see someone right here who's smiling. Is it Liana or Leanna?
Liana.
Liana, that's beautiful. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Where are you at? What state are you in?
I'm in Midland, Texas.
Oh, you're right here in Texas.
Yes.
So you know so Midland is pretty much in the center of Texas. Am I right?
Yeah,
Or
it's
not?
between El Paso and Dallas.
So that's Midland, middle of Texas. So
Yeah.
you're right. So would that be hill country or more desert?
Desert.
Desert. So, you know, a lot of folks who are not from Texas don't realize that in this one state, you have pretty much everything. You have the desert where you're at. Of course, you have the Gulf of Mexico down here with us, where it's very, you know, not tropical necessarily, but, you know, humid and with all the moisture. You have the hill country. You have just so many different types of terrain. And so you're in the desert, Texas. So do y'all have them things that roll across the ground like in the movies?
The tumbleweed? Yes, we do have tumbleweed.
Oh my God, that's awesome. No, I've actually seen people from around where you're at in Texas who send videos of actual tumbleweed blowing across, and it just like in the cartoons with the Road Runner and that little beep beep, there goes a little tumbleweed rolling across, which is really awesome.
Yep.
So what do you do?
My story is, well, I'm a wife, almost 32 years married, 3 kids, 2 grandkids. I just had a grandkid. The sad part is my mother passed away last Thursday. And
a week ago Thursday.
A week ago Thursday. And as she was passing, the time before, I enjoyed coming to all of your channels because it would give me little bits of joy during those hard times while she was, you know, making her transition. But you guys provided so much joy during that whole time. So thank you so much.
No, don't thank me. Listen, I'm going to tell you, like I think I told the lady yesterday or the day before, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say when I meet somebody who's lost a parent or a child, because, you know, my kids are doing fine. He's over here playing. My mom and dad are home and they're healthy and well. And so I don't know, because I know that a mom to a lot of women is a best friend. I really, moms are best friends. And the relationship that you guys had is more than just losing your mom. You've also lost your best friend.
Yep.
And I don't know what to say besides I'm just so very sorry for you. And
I know she's in a better place because she was in just so much pain, and now the pain is over.
Yes.
So it's just now we've got to recover.
Yeah, that's going to be hard for you guys, though. You were there with your mom during what you call the transition. I love the way that you said that. So you were there with her for a time?
Yeah, actually, I was in Alabama where she passed away for 3 weeks, away from my husband and family during that time.
Okay. Well, that's good that she was with you, and I'm sure that comforted her to know that, you know, you were there with her. Do you have siblings, brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do have 2 sisters and a brother, and one of my sisters was there with me. Unfortunately, my older brother lives in Miami, so he wasn't able to be there, and my other sister was really sick too. So, but, you know, it'll get better one day at a time.
I love the way you say that. You know, I often say one step at a time, you know, and that's the way it was after Hurricane Harvey for my personal struggle. But it's different, you know, coming home to the, you know, post hurricane aftermath is one thing. Losing a mom is very, very different. But I do love the courage that you use in saying that, hey, one day at a time. And I know you have a lifetime full of memories that you have to, you know, to go on. And I'm just really blessed that you come and shared your story. I'm reading as many comments as I can that fly by, and I'm trying to keep myself together because I feel myself kind of breaking apart. And I don't want to, because my son is here And it's funny because I can get emotional with all of you, but I don't want to in front of him. And so your story touched me, though. I want you to know it touched me. And I'm reading comments, and you've
Well,
touched
don't
a
do
lot.
that.
Yeah. So thank you very much. And please go back and read some of these comments. People are loving you and sending you love from all around the world. And that's
Thank you.
powerful.
Awesome.
So it's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And
Pleasure talking to you too.
it's okay. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh my goodness. That was hard. That's very hard. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I don't know what to say. Hey, Tammy in Missouri.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm embarrassed.
Tammy, can you cheer me up a little bit? Can you cheer me up? I just found myself getting into a little bit of the feels, as the kids say, with that lady losing her mom.
That
What's
was
going on
very
with you?
sad.
Yes. How's it going in Missouri?
It's going really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm 59 years old. I'm a
Okay.
grandma to 4. Got 2 kids.
Congratulations. Yes.
My husband has a PhD in physics.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
Is
a
he like me?
retired nurse.
Hard to talk? Is he hard to talk to?
He can't be.
They speak their own language, don't they? When he's around his friends and coworkers,
Yeah.
just are like, what?
So sometimes
Yeah.
he's just yakking, and I'm pretending to listen. You know.
Yeah. Well, you should impress him and go learn the Pythagorean theorem,
Oh,
the
God.
theorem thing. Yeah, learn that thing and say, honey,
Math
do you
is
know
not my
that?
thing. No.
I'm kidding, obviously. So that's interesting. How did you come across this channel? You're all the way up in Missouri.
I was on Facebook, and I was
Yeah.
looking at videos, and it come across I forget what it said, the man who lost everything in hurricane.
Oh, so it was after the Hurricane
That was
Harvey
the
video.
very first one I saw, and I cried like a baby.
Oh, well,
And
at least the whole world didn't see you cry. So consider yourself lucky for that.
and I had to know more about you guys, and so I started watching. And now I watch all of you. I watch Jamie, and I watch Jake, and I watch
Oh,
Pawpaw, anybody with the Morrow, and Kim. I just love
Oh,
y'all.
that's
And
awesome. We
I have
appreciate
found
that.
out by watching Pawpaw, I
Yeah.
know how come you talk to your animals the way you do.
Oh, my
I
dad
used to
also
tell my husband, I'd say, look at this man. He says, no, sir, or no, ma'am, to his animals. And that's what Pawpaw does.
Yeah, no, we talk to them. You know, we're not crazy, okay? We're not crazy.
No, you're not crazy.
But we spend enough time around them, and that we've always just, we've always had what they call it is a hobby farm. A lot of folks hear that you're a farmer, and they assume that, well, farmers raise their own meat. They raise their crops to eat. And so that's not always true. Hobby
No.
farmers are folks who have animals. Most times it's to help maintain the pastures. And, you have to maintain your land, or it'll all grow up on you. And so we've always had animals to help maintain. We always kept a real fine balance. But in that, we've also had, we've made pets out of them. So whereas most kids in school had dogs and cats and maybe a bird or a goldfish, we had a Jersey cow named Sweetheart. And, we had animals that were our pets. And so it was always funny. You know how much, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'll tell you a funny story. Do you know how much I hate guineas? Have you ever heard any of my guinea rants?
I saw you shoot one with the BB gun.
Well, that got me in trouble. So let's just not talk about that. So would you believe that when I was probably 10, around my son's age here, they had a pet contest, a pet show. I forgot what they called those things at our church. And everyone was supposed to bring their pet. And would you believe that my mom helped me catch a guinea, and I put a little collar around that guinea's neck, and I carried that guinea on a leash. And so here's all these other kids who brought their dogs and their cats to the pet show. And I set down my guinea, and I'm holding him by the little leash, and I won first place with a stupid guinea.
I think that's cool.
No, because I hate guineas. They're dead to me now.
How did it stay quiet for that?
Oh no, that was a funny thing. Everyone was laughing their behinds off because that guinea's making all kinds of crazy noises. And so if I picked him up, he was quiet. And so I'm holding this guinea like it's really a pet. And in real life, it's one of my dad's wild ass guineas. So he's had them my whole life. And I've always hated them until that one day when it helped me win that blue ribbon. And but besides that, they're good for nothing. So
That's so funny.
well, Tammy, it's a pleasure talking to you. And thank
You
you
too.
for
Thank
joining.
you.
You took courage. How hard was this for you
For what?
to come on and know that you got so many people watching and you're going to be in front of so many people?
That's not hard for me at all. I do public speaking.
Oh,
And
so
so-
you're used to crowds
Yeah,
then.
it doesn't bother
Come on,
me.
Jamie, that's no fair. We did that conference there not too long ago, and I can talk in front of 30 students. I can get up and do backflips or whatever. That's easy. But talking in front of adults has always been so hard to me. And so it's gotten easier with social media where it's not quite as hard. But of course, you guys are all virtual. You're not real. You're just on a computer.
I'm real.
I know. But when we went to that conference and I'm standing up there in front of 60 or 70 adults and they're all looking at me, that was really tough. And everyone else, Jason and Daniel and all these other presenters were just so natural. And I thought, how do they do this? So it's so you're blessed to have the whatever it takes to be able to do that. Not everyone can do it.
My husband can't do it, but I've stood up in front of like 600 people.
Can't do it. Well, bless you. What do you talk about when you public speak?
Well, it's different things. Nursing, and I also work with a charity for women who have survived abortions,
Okay.
and it's a nonprofit. And
Okay.
I talk to them. I go to churches, schools, anywhere they want me.
I got you. Well, that's great. And thank you for doing that for people. That's important to have that counseling or that
It is.
sword to lean on and someone to listen. Because I especially think, especially with maybe abortions, that a lot of times people would have a hard time finding someone to talk to.
Very
in
hard.
that situation.
The hardest part is to admit that you've been through it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to admit to, but when you find out that God doesn't hate you,
Yeah.
you know, that's what it's called Save One is the program I'm with. And it's just, I like what I do.
Well, bless you for what you do. And I know
Thank
the
you.
people that, get that comfort from you and your conversation. And you have a very nice way you have a really soft, smooth voice. So that helps. You must get that from
Thank you.
your counseling as well. So
Thank you.
anyway, bless you for what you do. And it was very nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too, Lester. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, who's up next? We're moving through here. Are you in a casino?
Yes, I am.
Carly, you're at a casino.
I'm at work.
Wait, you work at a casino?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I hope that your boss doesn't watch the channel. He's like, wait, she should be out working on machines. What is she doing
Well,
over here?
I'm lucky right now. It's raining and I don't have any customers, so
Oh, okay, good.
I'm
So,
okay.
okay, well, I don't want to get you in trouble for your actual location, but what state are you in? Can you tell me?
Florida, Southwest.
Florida,
Actually,
South.
only my third day back since the hurricane. And I was
Okay, so
sitting here on the
you're
live and I'm in a panic because the roof just started leaking again. And I'm like,
Oh, y'all thought y'all had that fixed already, darn
they
it.
thought they clawed. Yeah, no. But
Did your location take a lot of damage from the hurricane?
work did. But where I
Yeah.
live on Pine Island, and that's right where the eye hit. So,
Oh, okay.
and I felt like
So-
you because we left around 12:30 at night, and
Yeah.
I got to take my dogs, my birds, but I had to leave my 2 goats and my chickens
Oh, no.
and all my quail. But I was okay. I got home, and we were blessed that our end of the island didn't flood, and my
Oh.
goats and everything were there. So I was thrilled.
Oh. But I know that how many days were you gone? Do you
I
remember?
was gone for a week, 5 days before I could go back on the boat because the
So-
road got washed out, so we couldn't get out there.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
I
went
mean-
back by boat, and I got to check on them and feed them. And I talked to my neighbors, and they were going to feed them and protect them for me.
Oh, that's so good.
So it was
So
good.
my question to you is something that I begin to do that made it easier or maybe made it harder because when I was gone and I'm watching the news about how bad things are, we'd already been evacuated. And of course, when I left, I saw how high the water already was. So I began to already mourn the loss of my
Yeah.
babies.
Yep.
And that's why when I came home and saw the ones that had passed, it wasn't as hard. The bigger shock was seeing the ones that were alive that I thought for sure would have been gone.
And if you
If-
see any of the footage that we had from here, the Matlacha is the little part that got washed out completely. I mean, it was there since like the 1800s. So
Oh,
when
wow.
you go to drive through and it's washed out, I'm like, oh, surely we're done for.
Yeah.
And then when we got there and it was all there, I was like, oh, thank heavens. And I kept thinking about you, and I was like, oh, I can't. They better be there, but they were there, so I was thrilled.
You didn't try to say, man up, Carly, man up, and none of that kind of stuff.
No, I was okay. I survived. I said, if Lester can do it, I can do it.
There you go. Hey, I love your spirit. You have a great smile.
Thank
And
you.
I bet your work is a lot of fun.
It is. I've been doing this on and off for about 19 years.
I don't have the money to use in gambling. I would probably become an addict if I ever did.
And we got a lot of them around here.
Oh, I bet. I think that I would like roulette. I've played it with the kids at the house. We play roulette, little spinner, you know, and I'm really good because I always win. When I go black and red, I never lose.
There you go.
Until it gets on green, and then I'm just.
Well, then you're out of luck.
Hey, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bless you. Bless you. Bye now. Okay. Hey. All right. I'm going in order, everybody. Lisa, how are you?
Hi. From
How you doing?
Massachusetts. I'm alive.
You're alive.
I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay, Massachusetts. Are you guys cold up there yet?
Oh, yeah, it's freezing now.
Jacob, my
It's
nephew,
really-
my farmhand, went on vacation to Alaska, and I'm seeing all these pictures of him. It looks to me way underdressed.
Oh,
because
that's where the snow came from. I saw his video this morning.
it looks blistering cold, and he's running around with tennis shoes, and I'm thinking, so do you have the cold snow, or do y'all get a snow without it being blistering cold? Because I would think that
Well, we haven't been getting well, where I'm at, we haven't gotten real bad snow this past year.
Okay.
None
okay.
yet. I'm knocking on wood.
Oh, yeah.
Not right now. I'm in the middle of a move. And
Oh,
I'm moving
yeah,
one
you don't
side
want
of town to the other. I don't want snow.
Oh no, not until the move is over anyway. Sheesh. No, Jamie, I would like to see snow every once in a while, but Jamie talks about how miserable snow is for folks who have to deal with it, shoveling the driveways, and I
It is
think
if you got to shovel it. It's great if you don't have to.
yeah.
It's
Jamie
great.
talks-
It's great on the grass, but not on the sidewalk.
No, she always talked about how where people would park their cars on the side of the street so they wouldn't have to shovel, but sometimes these trucks would come by and just coat your vehicle with all of this snow in trying to clear the roads. So you may
Well,
not
they
be
have people here save their spots. If you shovel it out,
yeah.
they save their spots with chairs and statues. We
Oh.
have somebody here that likes to save their spots with the
Okay.
Jesus and Mary statue.
Okay, that's cute.
You'd be surprised what you find. We
And
even
that's
found
kinda
somebody put a bathroom outside.
a little
Over
porta
their
potty.
spots. It's funny. Yeah.
That is funny. So what do you do for a living? Can I ask?
I'm home. I'm disabled. I suffer from what they call fibromyalgia and
Yeah.
chronic pain.
Okay.
And so this cold weather makes it harder. So I'm trying to hurry
Well-
up and move before the real cold hits. Otherwise, I won't be able to go outside.
That chronic pain,
Yeah, so
I don't know how that would be, but I've only dealt with a little bit of pain recently with my shoulder and my bicep tear. And I'll tell you what, I feel like you guys who deal with pain and who have dealt with pain for, I would say, a long time, I have a whole new respect for you because I can't really say that in all the comments that
Yeah,
I've read. And the
I have
emails.
since I was 8 years old. I've had it since I was 8 years old. It started up slowly, just in my legs,
Do
and
you ever get used
it's
to it?
not when you have chronic pain. It's not just one pain.
No. It's,
It's not just one pain. You get day breaks.
yeah.
It's funny. I suffer from like burning pain, pulsating
Right.
pain. It changes, and
Oh,
you get breaks from it, but you learn to tolerate a lot. You know,
okay.
people don't realize people with chronic pain have a higher
Tolerance
um
because they're used to it.
I can't think of the word, tolerance. Yeah, you
Huh.
put up with a lot more, or you don't say anything, and then it
Yeah.
kicks into depression and the
That's
anxiety
unfortunate.
because
Yeah.
you're trying to hold it in, and
And you try to hold it in, and that's where it leads to the depression.
yeah, it
Well,
does, and you don't want people to see that you're in pain,
yeah.
and you don't want people's sympathy either. It's very
Uh,
tough.
I have a friend who served in Afghanistan, and he come back, and he was prescribed painkillers because he dealt with some pains that he'd endured while overseas. But at some point, the government kind of cut him off. At some point, that it runs dry, yet he still had the pains. And so that ended up leading him down a really dark path of trying to find
It does.
treatment.
It can. It
Yeah.
can. I'm one of those people that very stubborn. I'm someone I do get some muscle relaxers, or what they call them, not muscle relaxers. Um,
Like a
it's for pain,
painkiller.
nerve pain, but I don't like
Uh-huh.
taking it unless I totally have to.
Yeah.
Um, I had to raise two kids while doing this, so I had to keep someone. You know, I worked and raised two kids, and you
You
have to keep a sane mind, and you have to find other alternatives. Try to think of other things, do other things.
you had to be
Um,
strong for your children.
when
Well, I
and
admire
people
that.
who usually like me who have chronic pain, you don't complain much. You try not to complain because you
You
don't
feel
want
like you,
people feeling sorry for you, but you don't want
yeah,
people to think you can't raise your family either.
right. I
You know.
understand.
And I
Well,
love
Lisa,
your show, by the way. I love watching you all the time.
well, thank you. I hope
You're a
that
great storyteller. I love listening.
we have fun. We try to have fun, and we appreciate you being a part of our social media
Now,
family.
are you gonna do? Is Jamie gonna do a comeback to your Tuesday night? You
I'm
did her
hoping,
Tuesday night live. We thought
yeah.
we might
So
see her give you a little critique.
I'm a little bit embarrassed that you saw that because we made quite the fool
Oh,
of
it was
ourselves.
fun, Lester. It was really fun.
I
And
think it was okay until Jake got on the floor and did the pretzel, and that's where everything went south. After
oh,
that, it
that
was.
was so funny. But then again, I'm almost 60 now, so stuff like that is hilarious. You know, I
I'm
I,
glad
I
you could laugh. The one thing
I've
I've asked
seen too many
Jamie,
things. And if
I
people
said,
don't
Jake,
take your stuff with a, people need to take your jokes with a grain of salt. It's
thank
you guys
you.
don't
That's
mean any
what
harm.
I'm a pretty funny guy, but no one gets my humor. No one gets the humor in all of this. But I'm
Well, as long
glad
as you cut the dad jokes out, yeah.
yeah, I know, I know. Lisa, it was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you
Thank
sharing
you
a
for
few
answering,
stories.
Lester.
It's hard to talk a lot about things, and you opened up and told us about your pain, and I was reading some of the comments. I'm trying to listen and read, and a lot of people, so don't think that you're alone. I can see here there's a lot of folks that are very similar to your situation. So when you go back, read some comments, and there's a lot of people sending love your way. So just know that.
And tell them if I can't get back on, I'm on my phone. I just caught you
Okay.
by chance.
Well, they're listening right now. So you're not just talking to me,
You
you're
tell them
talking,
I said thank you.
they can hear you. All right, Lisa, take care. Thank you very
Okay.
much. And we'll see you later. Okay.
Take care, Lester. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye. Okie
Yep. Bye bye.
dokie. Bye, ma'am. Someone is waiting at me. Hold on one second. Let's get, there we go. Kayla, how
Hello.
are you? Wait, what does your hat say?
I know. I don't have yours. I know. I know.
What does that say?
Arms. I had to match your Longhorn Lester.
How did you get that hat?
Their website. I would have yours if I could catch you guys.
Well, you know what you'll have to do? If you will do me a favor and burn that hat, make a video of it, I will mail you, because you can't buy these. You probably bought that for however much money, right? So you can't buy our hats. Our hats are exclusive. We only give them to select folks. And so I've given one to Ann Dale, my friend Ann. I've given one to a few people here and there that come to the house, the teams who worked with us over there at I'm a Survivor. And if I could get you on a short video clip to burn that one, I will send you one of these Longhorn Lester hats and an I'm a Survivor hat, a twofer. You're not going to do it, are you? You're not going to do it. I'm joking. I'm kidding, obviously. Daniel is my friend. And Daniel and I go back a couple of years now. We have a very different farm style because Daniel is a farmer and we are a sanctuary. And I try to explain to people that sometimes I am guilty of trying to hold all farms to the what's the word I'm looking for here? Help me, Kayla. The standards of a sanctuary and a rescue. And I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm not putting down farms, but as a rescue and a sanctuary, we are held to a very high standard. And that's why I've kind of been big on the water and the stop putting your food on the dirt and telling Jake and Brienne to don't put that away, put that don't you video that, you know, because we are held to a very high standard. And I think that I've been guilty of trying, not purposely, but having folks who follow both pages sometimes go at those other pages and they're not doing anything wrong. They're just not on the same level of, does that make any sense to you at all?
It does. I mean, it's human tendency. So
yeah.
Just
so
to
yeah. So I like Daniel. He and I are friends. We talk all the time. And then I don't know if you saw his video where he pulled the buckets apart so easily. He finds things. He finds little ways to take jabs at me all the time. He takes jabs at me. Whereas I go crazy when I can't pull the buckets apart. He's like, I don't understand why some channels have such a hard time getting their buckets apart. But your hat's cute.
Favor, I'll burn it.
No, don't do it. Daniel will be so mad at me if I made you do that.
I bet he'd tell me.
Anyway. So where are you from, Kayla?
Troy, Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do there?
I sell insurance, but mostly I service people.
So as an insurance salesperson, we can't believe a word that you say, right? So we can't believe a word.
You're different. We will not do that stuff. We can't stand it.
I'm teasing you. I'm playing. Okay. I'm playing. And how did you find this channel? Whatever brought you from Ohio to deep Texas, where we all do crazy things and run a shit show of an operation we call a farm?
It was Facebook. I can't remember if it was I'm a Survivor or Ellie's videos first, but they just popped up.
Okay. You just had a random as a recommendation then.
Yeah.
And you watched it and you're like, I'll watch another one of those.
Well, it was like, I think it was right before you guys got Journey. So then once you had Journey, I'm hooked.
Oh my gosh, Journey. Wasn't she special?
It was, I still tell her to like so many people, if you come to my house, I don't really watch TV anymore. It's you guys on TV. So
you have that smart TV, the Roku, whatever. You can sit there and watch the YouTube.
My brother just made me use one of his old Rokus. I still don't use it. I broke down and I got an Xbox so that I can watch YouTube on TV.
Now, do you play games on that Xbox?
I play a little bit of Fortnite just because my friend.
Okay. So
I'm getting into it, but I was a Nintendo 64 person growing up.
Yeah.
So it's different.
That's awesome. It is different, but Fortnite's a lot of fun. I play with my boys too, and we've had a lot of fun playing that over probably 3 or 4 years now. It's been going around for a while.
You guys have to Rumble.
Try what?
Team Rumble.
Team Rumble.
It's part of Fortnite.
Oh, it's
Lex-
a little Fortnite sub. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Lex is in the shower now, but when he comes out and turns it on, I think that we're going to try it and see how it goes.
Oh, it's fun. You'll like it.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for joining us. And it's did I ask you what you do for a living? I didn't ask you what you do for a living. Oh no, you're an insurance salesman. Oh yeah, we don't believe a word that you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, don't believe me.
I'm teasing. Thank you very much. And you know what? Email me your mailing address. I'm going to send you a hat. I promise I'll do that. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, guys. How many was that? I need to find out. This is where I take a break and I say, do I keep going or y'all about ready for this to end? I need to find out from you guys. I need to find out what y'all are thinking over here. Trying to find out what y'all are thinking. I'm waiting for comments. So you're still okay with this. This is nothing that I'm not boring you. We're still holding our numbers. Someone says, Shelly says, Lester, just keep going. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Listen, I'm only going to do a couple more, though, because I got to spend some time with my kiddo. I got to spend time with my kiddo. Here we go. Wendy.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, my God. Hi.
What are you doing? What is that in your hand?
Oh, it's my bubble gum wrapper. I was just getting ready to take gum out of my mouth in case you picked me.
Well, hold on. Wait. Wendy?
Oh, I'm here.
Is your gum still in your mouth?
Yes.
That's a huge golden rule. You went against the rule. Don't you
I'm
swallow
sorry.
that gum. Don't swallow that gum.
No, it will stick to your ribs for 7 years.
Yes, that's what my grandma said. We're going to want you to spit it out now.
Now it's gone.
That's too funny. How are you doing, Wendy?
I am wonderful. And I am so excited to talk to you.
Why? Are you crazy? Are you
No, because I really feel like I'm a part of your family. And I love you guys. I watch you every day.
That is and has been my goal from the get-go. I told Jamie, and I've told it was Ellie before Jamie, and I've always said that I don't know how we found ourselves here. But we're not going to just come on and just try to tell everybody how to do everything like we're some kind of experts. We're going to stay real and stay true to who we are. And it has been the biggest blessing making the acquaintance of so many people and finding out that how similar we all are. I mean, it's obvious that you wouldn't be here if you didn't find something that bonded and glued us together.
Absolutely.
So what is it? What glues us, Wendy? What is it that glues us together?
Well, I used to have boxers. I love boxers.
It's the box.
And so I think it was Dojo or the animal site sent a thing to me, and I saw you revive Maggie's puppy, and it just touched my heart, and I wanted to know who you were, and I wanted to see Maggie and see how this puppy was living, and then I found everybody else on the Morrow Hill. So
I still use that video. So whenever anyone goes to my I'm a Survivor YouTube, I believe all new users, that's the first video that plays, or all new people that are new to the page, because that's a very powerful video. And
it is.
There was nothing that, listen, for as old as I am and for all the neat things that I've been a part of and the miracles, that's something that I never thought I would ever do. I've seen my dad do it with calves, and goats. Mm-hmm. And here it was where I walk inside the house, and Maggie, for as much as I loved her, that big girl just had too many babies to count them all, I guess. And even though I looked down, and it was just normal to come in and count, and I come in and I'm like, there's one puppy missing. And Maggie's laying there, and she's looking at me and wanting some loving, and all the babies are nursing. And I'm thinking, where's that puppy? And I just could not think of where that puppy could be. It was, it was in a container, a pool. It couldn't get out. And so I just began to move around puppies. And when Maggie stood up, and there's that puppy behind her, it had gotten, you know, puppies, they worked themselves under, and she had laid on it. And we had to resuscitate it. And man,
well, you were my hero.
That was the scariest and also the most exciting day of probably my life, because that was a very scary moment. But when it made those first breaths, and then it began to catch on and go, oh my God, what a relief. But yeah, Maggie, that's
what a blessing. I love Maggie.
In that video, the dodo did it so well. They actually had Maggie sitting there watching me. They took that part of the video of her sitting there watching me with that puppy. And she was just so keen on, you know, come on, Daddy, you can do it. You can do it, Daddy. And she sat there and watched me the whole time, taking that puppy and getting it to breathe again. So, boy, I almost forgot about that. Not that I'll ever forget about that, but it was just, that's the video that brought you to us then, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. That's been a long time ago, right?
I found you in 2020, I think.
Okay.
And we were home a lot, so I just kept watching. And actually, me and Ellie have talked several times.
Okay.
And I love that kid.
Ellie he's wise beyond his years, and I told him he should be a counselor. He should be a counselor because he's a great listener. You must already know that. And he doesn't tell you what to do. I don't think ever. He just kind of like listens and helps people decide what they're going to do and work their way through it. And I'm like, Ellie, that's actually that's a gift that you have. That's a gift. And so I'm blessed that you and Ellie have become friends and you guys are able to talk. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, did I ask you where you live yet?
I live in Apple Valley, California.
So you're in California. Is that
yes,
southern or northern?
I am in Southern California.
Southern California. So you get good weather.
Pretty much. I live in the desert.
Okay. So it's warm by day and cool at night.
Yes, sir.
But no humidity.
No humidity. Not normally. Sometimes now and then, but not very much.
On a regular basis. Do you have pets of your own?
I did up until about a year ago. And my star puppy, she was old and passed away.
Oh.
And I refuse to have any more now. I just love your babies.
Oh, we're blessed to have you. Yeah, Jamie had talked about getting me a boxer for my birthday or for Christmas. And I told her no. I said, no, don't do it. Because I'm not, it's just crazy, but you get it. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You know, and I'm also afraid that you might also feel the same way. I'm afraid that if I get this new pup, a boxer, it might not ever live up to Maggie. I don't think there'll ever be another Maggie. And in your case, you may never get another one like you had. And so I said, don't. I said, it was a sweet offer, but I don't want another dog. I'm going to take and love Trixie and, of course, Fiona and Millie. And just because I'm not ready. Maybe I'm just not ready. So anyway, well, hey, listen, Wendy, it was a pleasure talking to you.
It was my pleasure, Lester. I tell Jamie I send my love, and I am so happy you picked me to be on your live today.
Y'all have to know that all I do is look at the bottom, and it lines everybody up, and so I'm just going in order. And so you're just one, but I am running out of time. So anyone who's on there waiting, I'm telling you right now that I got to spend time with my kid over here.
Absolutely.
Ready to play. It's supposed to be daddy and son night, so I can't do this much longer. But Wendy, it was a pleasure. And thank you.
It was my pleasure too. And Lex is adorable. I love him too.
Thank you. We hope to talk to you again, Wendy.
Absolutely. Have a good night, Lester.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, listen, I'm so sorry, but I can only do 2 more. I really do have to get off and spend time with my kiddo. He's over here trying to play games, and he has the headset on, so he doesn't disturb me, but I feel like it's getting later and closer to his bedtime. So let me grab a couple more. Okay, so I am looking at Christian the Blind Guy. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello, Lester. Nice to meet you. This is awesome.
You, I saw that you were on mute, being respectful, and so here you are. How's everything going?
Great, thank you. I'm so glad to be on. Yeah, I
That's
actually found you guys during 2020 during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. So
It
you were
was,
home a lot.
yeah, I pretty much binge watched from your first video to all the way to the current video you had at the time. So that was awesome.
So you went and binged watched everything.
Absolutely. There's nothing much to do during the pandemic, so you guys
No,
were, the
no,
one
I
thing that I
totally
had to watch.
understand. So it says the blind guy. How blind are you? What's
Yeah, that's my story. Is I was born with a syndrome called Demorsier,
yeah?
where basically during my mother's labor they forced me out before time. So I was born with the syndrome where my pituitary didn't develop. So basically I have no my optic nerve didn't finish. So I only have
Uh-huh.
10% on one eye and I'm blind on the other. But
Oh, so
I don't
that
let
has
that stop me.
good for you. I love hearing that. It has to have been difficult though growing up, but I'm wondering if because you were born that way, and so you probably did. I would here. I'm trying to find the right word choices, so bear with me. I would think that if someone was already older and then they went blind or down to 10% in one eye, it would be very, very almost maybe impossible. Or am I
Yeah.
am I wrong?
That's correct. Yeah, you would miss it. But since I was born with it, I don't miss it because I don't know what it is like.
Thank you for putting those
It's a
into
different world.
those are the words that I was hoping that thank you that you said that perfectly. So you really don't know what you're missing then.
Exactly.
But that's sad because it's a beautiful world we have out here. So I'm guessing when you watch the videos, you're going by a lot of just sounds. You're listening to a lot of the antics going on, or do you have a
Yeah, so the little bit of vision I have, like I can see the animals moving around, but it's nice, it's nice that you talk a lot in the videos. Like I don't like when people, put the music on because I'm like, okay, I can see a little bit, but I want to know the details that I cannot see, and you actually speak those details. So that's awesome.
I never thought about that. So you know what? Everyone needs to leave me alone and say, I wish Lester would shut up and let us watch the animals because Christian wants to hear me talk. Okay.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Listen, you have a light that shines in you. I don't know if you can see it. That's no pun intended, but you have a light that shines in you. You have a smile, and there's something that radiates from you. And I can see it through the computer, and I'm seeing all of these comments that are flashing by. And that's just amazing. You have an amazing soul and spirit about you. How old are you? You look young.
Yeah, I'm 27, actually turning 28 soon. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So so have you ever heard of my farmhand named Jake?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my
The guy
God.
that forgets to close the gates.
I give him the hardest time, but he's the same age as you are. So I imagine you guys are probably a lot alike in the fact that your interest and all the things. Jake and I have great conversations. And for as much as I get on to him, I tell you what, he's on vacation right now, and I miss the heck out of him. I miss him like crazy.
Yeah,
But
I imagine.
yeah. So listen, what do you do? So what does a typical day look like in your life?
Yeah. So you guys make my day sane because I'm a software engineer
Okay.
and I sit in front of the computer all day making apps.
Yeah.
So I make apps for iPhone, Android, and
Really?
yeah, while I'm coding, I have you guys on the side, keeping me
Oh,
sane, having some entertainment.
I hope you have your ear pods in so your boss doesn't hear what's going on.
No, thankfully I work from home, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on my own time. I can have both things, and yeah, it's great.
Well, hey, if you want to make a whole lot of money, I have a great game idea that I want someone to develop, and I think it would be hilarious. You ready to hear this?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. I think you mentioned this in a video a while back.
Yes, I did, and no one's created it yet. Everyone's just laughed at me, but I think it would make a lot of money for somebody, and I don't want the money. You can have all the money. Just give me credit. You can have all the money. So you know that when we walk out into our barn, we have all of our chickens and all of these ducks, and they roost up in the rafters, okay, up above us. And so I don't know why, but when you walk by, they all want to poop at the same time. So there's all this poop falling down around you, and it's the most stupid thing ever. It's the dumbest thing ever. And I thought that someone could invent a game, and it could start off like a farmer in his barn with a couple of chickens up in the roost, up above in the rafters. And you could have the perspective of either the bird pooping and trying to make it land on the farmer, or the farmer having to dodge around it. Okay, you're making a face like, this sounds gross. This is never going to sell. No one would ever buy
This is funny. No, I'm actually thinking of the logic. I'm like, I wonder what the corner cases are, like the different kinds of poop, how it's going to fall, the gravity of it. You know, that's kind of what's going through my head.
Okay, so it gets better. So then on level 2, now that's level 1. Level 1's easy. Everyone's going to pass level 1. But on level 2, now you're like at the beach. And so it's very windy. So if you're the bird or the seagull and you're flying by and you poop, it's going to blow with the wind, right? So if you're in the bird perspective, you got to aim it down towards the lady who's lying out on the beach, or the guy who's trying to impress the girl by sticking his chest out. And so that would be a lot of fun, trying to use the wind to help guide it. It gets better though. Stage 3, you're at a very crowded football game or an event in a stadium, and you're trying to make it land right on the football. And so, anyway, man, I could just go on to all these different levels, but I really do believe if someone would invent that game, it could be a bestseller. That's just my opinion.
That's awesome. Yeah. If I have the free time at some point, I'll definitely start it. And there's something called open source. So maybe I can start it open source, and all the followers of the Sanctuary who wants to contribute, and it can become an open source game. Yeah, that could be something that we can do as the fans of the Sanctuary.
Please name the guy Lester or name the bird Lester. Either way, I don't care. I just want to be in there somewhere. I don't want a penny. I just want to be in there in that game somewhere. Please.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
that's a great idea.
To you, and thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. Okay.
Yeah, it's great meeting you.
Hey, you too. All right, take care now. All right.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. God bless you. Okay, my friends, look. Lex, say hi. It's not fair. It's not fair that I'll leave him by himself. I've been on way too long. I'm really like doing this. And for the folks who've joined in, who want to share your story, I promise we will do this more often. We will do this more often. But I really do want to spend time with my kiddo. He's eaten without me. He's taken a shower already. And now he's got his last, I would say, about an hour before bed. And so, yeah, he has a little bit of time before bed that I want to spend with him, if you don't mind. So I'm sorry for leaving you guys down in the lobby, but I think that you understand that I got to spend some time with my kiddo now, and I'm excited about playing some of our games. So thank you all for watching and being a part of the live, and we will see you guys tomorrow at noon when I'm going to have a special guest. And we're going to talk a lot about Waylon, guys, because he does need some love right now. And we can certainly use your opinions and your advice on how and where we go from here. Okay. All right. Thank you guys very much. And we will see you all tomorrow at noon. All right.